Let's be real, everyone wants an edge in crypto and to make money, but where on earth do you get this edge? Well, in this video, I'm gonna share with you our top tools that we use internally here at Collective Shift to get the edge in the market. I hire over 10 full-time people in my company, Collective Shift. We are now the #1 research company in Australia, producing research for the top exchanges and over 1,000 clients globally. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you our secret tips that our analysts use and the tools that they use to give you insights on how you can get an edge in crypto. So the first one I want to look at here is DeFi Llama. So DeFi Llama is essentially the best site for DeFi information, and it's absolutely free. By the way, all of these are going to be completely free. The thing I love about DeFi Llama here is the token unlocks. So if you go to the token unlocks page, you can basically have a look and keep track of all the scheduled token releases, which has the biggest impact on token price. So essentially, if a lot of tokens come into supply and they're about to hit the market, this can create a lot of sell pressure, and you need to be aware of this because if the demand isn't there, it can drag down the token price. Then you can see the things like, the next event or how much of the percentage of a crypto has already entered the supply. There are some paid products, but there's some really cool ones. So if we scroll down on this page, you can see here, Celestia, the next event has $4 million of token unlocks, which is about 0.23% of the float in 19 hours. And you can click on Celestia and actually see how much of the token is already unlocked and when the increase of the schedule actually comes into fruition. And you can also look at the allocation of those tokens as well, which is really, really cool. So you can go through there, you can also search for your token, and have a look across a bunch of different stuff. So DeFi Llama is super cool. The next one is DeFi Chain Activity. And DeFi Chain Activity is an in-depth tool of all of the DeFi chain performance. So it's really good if you want to look at more of an ecosystem view. One of my favorite tools here in the DeFi chain view is looking at the All Chains TVL. So in here, you can basically look at toggle for the chains, and you can see who is attracting the most value. So you can look here, go to chains, and you can have a look and go down and see where the rankings are for the most amount of TVL. So we can look here that Lido is increased. If we look at TVL, so we can look at the total value locked across different chains, and then you can see their 1 day, 7 day, 1 month change across different time preferences. So across there, not only can you see the TVL, but you can also see the fees and the monthly change between the chains as well. So you can essentially see where the new interest is coming from. For example, we've been very bullish on Sui, which I recently added to my portfolio. Solana continuing to be performing really well. And then you can also have a look at those ones that are struggling. So for example, Algorand, ZK Sync, and ICP only have like 68 million or 80 million and lower, despite these projects being in the top 100, being multi-billion-dollar market cap. So, potentially a lot of these projects are starting to get a little bit overvalued. So definitely check that out. So look at the unlocks, then have a look at the different TVL and the protocol rankings. That could be really cool. And also you can search for your tokens up here as well. So if you want to look at for Sui, for example, Sui, over the last little bit, 185 million in volume, but you can also have a look at some of those TVL changes, as you go down as well, which is super cool. So check that out. The next one is the stablecoin supply. So what I love, or what the team loves about looking at these stablecoins, is the monitoring of the circulating supply of the stablecoins at different chains. This essentially gives us a really good indicator of the liquidity and demand on a chain, and it is one of the best signal metrics or high signal metrics to give us an indication of the performance of a chain based on the amount of liquidity that's coming on and the volatility or the movement of stable coins on chain. So we get example here. So if we go to the stablecoin page, we can look at the stablecoin market cap is currently 173 billion. Ethereum dominance, again, 48%. So Ethereum still having, the majority of the stablecoin market cap. But then you can start to come down and have a look at some of these chains. Now, interestingly enough, as you know, one of my favorites, wink wink, being sarcastic, Cardano, number 39 here, only has, up to 38 now, only has $17.66 million of stablecoin market cap, which is really, really small, right? Versus Ethereum, which is at 84 billion, right? Tiny, tiny, tiny in comparison. So again, these projects like Cardano, Hedera, ICP, only having a very small amount of market cap dominance, their market caps are still in the top, the stablecoin dominance, their market caps are still in the top 100, and with multi-billion-dollar market caps, this is pretty crazy. So anyone that's serious about DeFi or crypto, check out DeFi Llama. It's a must-have, and my analysts use it all the time to check it out. The next one here is Artemis. Now, basically, Artemis is providing data that's available for all digital assets. So the terminal and benchmarks of the on-chain analysis has a range of different metrics you can use. The first one you can look at here is the sector performance, and you can essentially look and review how different sectors are going. This is really cool when you're looking at different, sectors of your portfolio and you're wondering what areas are performing better than others. Essentially here we can look and see like whether it's NFTs, gaming, AI, whatever it might be, we can really get clear insights to spot trends early and can see why your portfolio may or may not be performing really well. So you can also adjust this by timeframes. So if we look over, let's look at year-to-date performance. So over the year-to-date performance, the sector performance of the industry, once this loads, you can really see here that, Bitcoin, continues to perform really well. RWAs has performed really well. You've got centralized exchanges, meme coins, and exchange tokens, and everything else is basically down. So if you've been, sitting in a lot of social tokens or gaming projects or DePIN or DeFi, you can essentially start to see the performance of your portfolio being down across the rest. And here you can also see that year-to-date performance in a sector asset view there, which is really, really cool. So again, really cool in being able to review the performance of your portfolio. Now, another one is the chain comparisons. Now, with chain comparisons, you can essentially see side by side the major blockchains, and you can analyze the growth and, the health of each chain by evaluating their different metrics. So you can go here, you can check out, for example, Sui versus Aptos, two new layer ones really vying for the market share to take away from Solana. We can see here that Sui, bears Aptos across most market metrics, and you can start to see why Sui could be best placed to beat Aptos. So you can look here across daily active addresses, daily exchange volumes or transaction volumes, the TVL and the DEX trading volumes. You can see Sui sort of outperforming pretty much everything, which is awesome. Now, thirdly, you can actually also get all your news from here. So this aggregates a bunch of the news from like the Block, Blockworks, CoinDesk, everything in here to basically use this as your dashboard. And you can also look at different features of tracking development activity, which is a big one. So the big one that our team uses really here is being able to export all of the data. So for the data geeks out there, you can essentially create your own charts and comparisons, which our team does to give us the best insights. It really gives you a big picture view, this platform, Artemis, on like where the market's heading, how to make informed decisions, etc. The next one here is the Block data. The Block, essentially, they started off as like a journal, journalistic company where they were like just reporting on the market, and they started to build out sort of a data platform as well. So I know the Block from a long time ago, and essentially it just provides you a little bit more deeper insights, on-chain metrics, real-world insights on what's going on, and it gives you both the on-chain and non-on-chain data bringing in one place, which is really cool. Now, one of the biggest features that we use here at Collective Shift is the social indicators. So basically with the social indicators, if we bring this up, you can have a look at different social metrics that track the different projects online. So one of the really cool things about this is that you can basically see how much interest there is online about different projects, and it can really start to give you an indication of like the retail interest and potentially upcoming, hype cycles or narratives that might hit the market. And the other thing as well you can look at is like the crypto store rankings. This is a big one, really gives you a good signal on essentially Coinbase really as the market starts to heat up and we start to see more retail investors come in. Coinbase and other crypto apps become really dominant in the mobile space. So you can start to see like where the dominance of those downloads are coming from. And Coinbase is a good one to really see how much retail investors' interests are around. The next one is the ETF data and net inflows. This has been a really big one. Nick, our analyst, this is one of his personal favorites, and you can really just start to see an overview of those net inflows coming in, really giving us an understanding of how much institutional demand there are for Bitcoin and ETH through the ETFs. And you can also start to see those spot ETFs, especially around the US election and everything that's happening at the moment, giving us an indication of where things might be going. So the Block really gives you a broader perspective, not just social, not just on-chain, not just DeFi, sort of brings everything together, and definitely one to check out if you're wanting sort of that all-round piece. Now the fourth on the list is June. Now June again has been around for a long time. June's a little bit different because it's more community-led. A lot of those other sites I just showed you were created by companies and startups. This is a bit more community-led, where you can actually create your own custom dashboards and share it with friends, which is really cool. So essentially think of it like a crypto data hub where you can come together and create different stuff and send it out. And then also it's got a paid section where you can start to look at some, updating data, creating your own, sophisticated dashboards and whatnot. But the customized dashboards is really cool, and this is what June is all about. So essentially what you can do and what our team does is pull together things from protocol performance, on-chain adoption, token activity, and gives you a comprehensive view. And you can also search other people's dashboards online. So if you're looking to explore for different blockchains or other creators or community leaders, you can essentially just copy their dashboard and bring it in so you get a sort of bird's eye view of everything. One of the best dashboards that we think you should check out is the Solana network. You can look at things like total traders, volume, new tokens, liquidity. basically everything you need to look at the performance of Solana, you can bring it all into one view. You can also look at, the DEX organic trends. You can compare this with a bunch of different stuff, and it's just really cool if you're wanting to get a little bit in more of the weeds of, different chains and different activity there. Now, the last one we have is Token Terminal, and this is really, really cool for financial analysts within crypto because it's basically a heap of different financial metrics that you can track. And it's a big go-to for our team when looking at financial metrics like, price to earnings ratios, price to sales, a bunch of different things like, in the stock market that they try and convert into the crypto space. Now, you can't use it for all the tokens because, as you know, not all tokens generate any revenue, but you can start to see like how much revenue a protocol is creating, giving you insight into its financial health. You can look at the TVL charts. You can look at like, the growth of the different, revenue and things that are happening on chain, especially, as Ethereum, went to, upgrade their blockchain. You can see how the impact of layer 2s have on the revenue and a bunch of different things. So, just like we look at the stock market and analyzing those traditional, metrics, we try and building it for crypto. Not quite there yet, and a lot of the different metrics are different, but gives you a bit of an insight as to, how these, protocols and assets are tracking on a revenue basis. Now, if you want to have a little bit of a deeper look as to some other areas of how our research team looks at crypto, you can have a look at our free guide here, which is our list of research and analytics tools. Bunch of different stuff from airdrops, DAOs, governance, DeFi, DePIN. We have a full list of all the software and tools we use, so you can go and check it out. And it really just gives you a big insight as to what's going on. Now, obviously, this is a lot of work, and I know a lot of you, don't like to do a lot of this work. So it's why we built Collective Shift, and I want you to check out a video if you haven't already, which is how I built an elite crypto investor group. And this is essentially a glimpse into our platinum service where we do all of this work for you, share with you our insights, and we help you grow your portfolio if you have a minimum of $250,000 in your portfolio. So check out that video and see how we use all of this data to help you grow and absolutely kill the bull market that we are coming into, which is super exciting. So hopefully you enjoyed that video. If there's any other tools that you think we missed out on or our team should look into, let me know below. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video.